Hey guys, Zueljin here. Welcome to Alien Worlds. This is not the type of game that I typically cover, but when I find gems that I want to share, I can't help but show them to you guys because I've been having a lot of fun with this game. First of all, it's not a sponsored video or anything. I'm not making any money by showing you this. It's just something that I found that I was recommended to that has gone quite parabolic lately. The original deal that I started getting into to get around these crypto games was mining Ethereum, right? A little while back, I wanted to upgrade my computer. I wanted to supplement the cost of buying a very overpriced graphics card. Ended up paying around $900 for a video card that was considered a big upgrade for me. Now, naturally, I use this for an abundance of other things like my gaming and my recording and rendering and streaming and all of this stuff. But realistically, if I would have just bought this for mining, it would have been a huge investment, right? And even though mining's profitable, some of that's kind of going away. At any rate, most people don't have that type of money to invest into doing some mining. And that's what's really, really cool about Alien Worlds. You can mine cryptocurrency for free, essentially. Let me explain this to you a little bit. So if I'm losing you, I apologize. Let me rewind just a little bit. Cryptocurrency is digital currency. If you've ever heard of Bitcoin or mining Bitcoin, it's essentially that. It's allowing you to do some functions over the internet and exchanging your processing power or your time for a little bit of digital currency that has a value on an open market, okay? Now that I've caught you up to speed, there are thousands of cryptocurrencies that have been created, okay, with different projects in mind and different things that are actually that use the functions of those cryptocurrencies. And one of the ways to think about that is like in-game currency. So let's say that you're playing a game that has gold, okay? You buy items in the game with gold. You fight a monster and you get a gold reward, okay? It's kind of the same principle. So when I used to play Ultima Online a long time ago, people would buy and sell gold on the open market, and there were rare items as well. So that type of psychology has come into the mainstream gaming, which is something called NFTs and cryptocurrency. NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. So let's say you fought those monsters, you got that gold, and you bought or crafted a really nice sword. If that sword could be taken out of the game and traded on the open market, somebody could buy that sword from you for real world currency or cryptocurrency that can be exchanged for real world currency like US dollars. They use that and put that in the game, and now they're using your sword. But instead of trading it in game, you actually traded it on market. And instead of using gold, you used real money. So it kind of works that way. In this game, you can mine something called TLM or Trillium, which can be traded on the open market. And it's interchangeable with another currency called Wax. So the way this works is you can hit the mine button right here in this game. This is a browser-based game, by the way. You could play this on your phone, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to start playing this game. You can download it, play it, and start earning real-world money just from it. At first, it's not going to be a whole lot, but it gears up pretty fast. Let me show you. So you have a few different factors when it comes to mining. You have land and you have tools. Pretty simple concept, right? It's kind of like Minecraft. If you have a diamond pickaxe, you can mine, regular stone really easy, and it takes you a little while to mine obsidian. If you have a stone pickaxe, you can't even mine obsidian. It would take you forever to break a block using that. But you can mine stone. It's just going to be a little bit slower. It's kind of the same process. You have land or biomes that you can select from right here that have a multiplier attached to them. And you have charge time on tools. So I'm not going to get heavy into the math because I really don't understand it that well. The good news is you don't need to. And there's spreadsheets and resources for all this stuff if you really want to get deep into it. But what I have is an array of tools here that have two different things. How much Trillium it's going to mine every time you press the mine button, or a range of Trillium. It's not an exact amount. And the potential to get an item, to like a bonus item or an NFT. So these three tools that I have and an abundance of more tools can be found when you mine. When this counter at the top right, this 4 minutes and 34 seconds, when that counts down, I'm gonna have the ability to mine. When I mine, I'm gonna get a certain amount of Trillium that's based on the numbers that you see on these cards and the land. It's like a mathematic formula it uses. But there are tools that are optimized to better get Trillium. There are tools that are balanced, and there are tools that are optimized to better get NFTs. So there's charge time based on all of it too, which I find akin to balancing your playstyle. So if you're like me and you sit at home all day in front of a computer, it's easy to be able to spam this button every 10 minutes if you want to, and you get a little bit of Trillium. But let's say you work an 8 or 9 hour shift during the day, or go to school all day, and you only have maybe a couple times to check it, like before school, maybe on your lunch break, after school, so you can do very little mining. You can optimize your setup, right? You can get a land that has a long charge time multiplier, and you can get tools that have long charge time multipliers that maybe every 4 or 5 hours you would click once, and you would get rewards based on those multipliers. Naturally, it could be a little bit more efficient if you can sit in front of a computer and do it like I can, but not everybody has that luxury. So at any rate, I have this array of tools right here in this land that has been granting me Trillium. I'll mine for you as soon as this countdown shows, but I traded off my initial balance of Trillium off to do some other trading with it. And right now, since day before yesterday, I've been mining pretty regularly, not being super efficient with it, but I've managed to accumulate 71.1184 trillion. Let's just say that's 72, okay? So to show you guys how this works a little bit, there's a market that you can access, all right? The market allows you to freely exchange the Trillium that you've been mining for wax. So I've got 71 trillion, right? 71 trillium, which converts to 151 wax, all right? To give you an example of what that's worth, 71 trillium is $31.73 USD, okay? It's kind of neat, right? So in 2 days, I made $37.70. You say that's not really a whole lot of money, Z. Well, it's not, but I didn't spend $900 on a video card to mine it like I did with Ethereum either. This is free, so it's kind of neat. And the values of this can go up or down. There's a ton of different things you could do. But my original TLM balance that I transferred over from mining prior to the last few days happened to be 224. So that's 120 bucks USD, right? It's also, if I take the 224 and show you it in wax, that's 475. Well, 475 is a decent number to upgrade your tools. Let's take a look at the market and I'll show you what I mean. So you start off the market with a standard shovel. This is what the item that's given to you in the game when you start. Currently, they're selling all over the place. These are overpriced units, but I wanted to sort it out and give you an example because sometimes the loading messes up for this web page. So shovels have a very, very low stat modifier. You can click them pretty often, and it allows you to start getting some Trillium. Kind of like a stone pickaxe in Minecraft, okay? So after you start getting some Trillium and you trade it in for wax, let's say you want to upgrade your tools. And you come down to, I don't know, something that you think is interesting, maybe one of these standard capacitors, right? Standard capacitor has its own stats, you know, its own recharge time, its own good. There's actually a list of things that I have, a spreadsheet, so to speak. I'm tripping over my own words here, to see what the stats are on all of these things, like efficiency of getting items versus Trillium. But just to show you an easy way to do it, these are some higher level items, okay? So I have 833 wax right now in my account. This is from trading for it and turning in Trillium for it and all sorts of stuff, okay? I have 800 wax. So let's say I wanted to buy this power saw. Power saw, it cost 800 wax, which is relatively 194 real world dollars, okay? So I would want this power saw. So all I have is a shovel right now, and I would want a power saw. I add a power saw, I buy it, and now I have it in game, okay? So now that I have the power saw in game, it comes up right here. It shows that there's a charge time of 360. This is an NFT Lux stat, and this is the mining power that it has. So I could change this to another item that I have or whatever, or I could just add it if I didn't have it. See, the standard shovel, I'm no longer using it. So I have a saw now, which added to my mining power, and it's going to give me rewards based on that and increases my chances of getting another item. So now that my timer has gone down, I'm just going to click the mine button, okay? So my mining time is going to be relative to the type of land that I'm mining on and the tools. Some math happens or whatever, and it decides how often you can mine and what your chances are of getting what rewards are. So as soon as this counts down, which you could do on your phone, by the way, too, you don't even need a PC to do this. It says mining success, claim your TLM. You have to create an account for this game, which is called a wallet. And then once you connect a wallet, it's a place to store your crypto that you mine, okay? So we just mined some TLM, and it's going to send it to our wallet. It's going to tell us how much we got. We got 0.08572 TLM for our efforts. That's not really a whole lot, but wait. 0.85, if we put that into... .085, if we put that into this market right here, we'll see that 0.085 is equal to 0.18 wax. If we brought that over to USD, 0.085, I just earned 6 cents. Not that much, but it does add up, and you can increase this pretty drastically by, you know, if you mine all day at 0.85, if I would have just mined 10 times, this would actually be 85. I'm sorry, 8.5. Okay, that's $4.50. Over a few days, that gets a lot higher, as you can see. Like I told you, with my tools in the last couple days, I mined like 80. So that's not that bad. In a couple days time, if you can get $42, as you know, just by playing a free game, I thought that was really, really neat. Anyway, as you start getting this TLM and you decide, let's see, you mined a few hundred over the last week, okay? Let's say 300. Let me put this out. 300. That gives you 646 wax. Now you come over to the hub and start shopping for tool upgrades. You know, you could say like, well, you know what? I'm gonna grab a few of these tools and increase my efficiency or whatever. Or you just cash it out if you want to. You just sell it online, you know. It's a really, really neat concept. And some of the tools are ridiculous. You can see like these mythical tools, the ones in red and orange, they're selling for literally thousands of dollars, guys. And you can find these just by mining. You have a chance to find these just by mining. To give you an example of what the kind of prices are in this game, lands are going for 52,000 wax, almost 13,000 real world dollars. Recently, this game was listed on the Binance Exchange Network, which is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. And ever since then, the popularity has exploded. Some of the prices have inflated. The people that got lands early on are profiting for them in the way that you can actually get money for all of the lands that you have, like a commission base. So I'm going to go to home here and I'm going to show you. If I don't have any land, so I can't click manage land, but if I go to mine and I want to change the land that I'm on, all lands have different specific modifiers, right? So this biome has a certain difficulty to mine on it, which increases the time that it takes to mine on it, this multiplier, and how lucky you are to be able to find an NFT, okay? So if I go to change here, it gives me a planetary map. Now there's a few planets to choose from and some more coming out because the game's in early alpha, right? But if I just click a random spot, it's gonna show me the statistics on that. It's a rocky desert. Its charge time has a 2.0 multiplier. Its NFT luck is 1.9, which is higher than what mine is, by the way, currently. And the owner profit share from mining is 20%. So if you mine a TLM, he's going to take 0.2, or he or she. They're going to take 0.2 of it. Now, there's a lot of other lands. You can actually scroll through them manually just by clicking these arrows, or you could go back to the map and click anyone. This is a rocky desert as well, but this owner's profit share is only 4.5%. So if you wanted to mine on a rocky desert, this would be smarter to do than the other one that charged 20, for instance, okay? There's some other factors that go into this, but that's all you really need to know to start with. And you can find different things. So I was telling you about charge times earlier. Let's say that you had a busy work day and you didn't want to just sit here in front of a computer and hit mine. You can go to different types of planets. You can select places that would actually take a lot longer to mine from. Okay, so to give you an example, this is a dormant volcano. Okay, there's also an active volcano, but the active volcano has a 5 times multiplier. That means whatever tools that you're mining with, it's literally going to take 5 times as long as the charge time is to mine one time. Now, the multipliers are a lot higher. You get more rewards when you do click. It may not be as efficient, but if you only have so much time to mine, it might work better for your schedule. You know, you could get quick recharge times if you sit in front of a computer like me all day long and you just click it. But the beauty about this is you can set your tool array and the land to whatever works for you. You know, for me, every 15 minutes or so, it works very well because I'm at a computer mostly all day too. I have multiple monitors, so I just keep it up on the side and I click it whenever I notice it, you know, and over the course of a couple days, I accumulated quite a bit of TLM, you know, and the price for a little while was surging. At one time, TLM was like $1 per. Right now it's around 55 cents. So it does fluctuate quite a bit, you know, but mining this TLM one day, it might be worth $2 depending on how popular the game gets. Because there's a bunch of features that have not even been implemented yet. There's going to be PvP. There's going to be different things that you can, different weapons that you can get. I have a few of them already that I've been getting. I can click on weapons here and you can see that there's attack and defense stats for these things. There's also minions that you can get that have their own multipliers and their own elemental affinities, which kind of make it interesting. I haven't dug into all the specifics about what PvP promises, but it's probably going to be pretty cool to be able to challenge other people for land and maybe lose or win certain bits of Trillium just from, you know, battling other players and stuff. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I thought I would share this game with you guys because I'm having a lot of fun with it too. And a free-to-play game that you can earn money on, that was very interesting to me, but the mechanics of the game were quite cool too. So take it for what you will, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll leave all the links in the description as well as my own social media links. We talk about the game a little bit in my Discord as well. If you want to join us in the Discord, you're welcome to, but that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.